Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. It's Emmanuel, your body code practitioner out here in Salt Lake City. Want to do a quick message in regards to this amazing book, How to Kill a Narcissist. Now, when I posted this up there, kind of caused a little bit of commotion. No, I don't want a narcissist. I want to be able to disable one, to be able to spot one and be able to find out what they're doing, find out what's the best way to safety, what's the best way to heal. There's all these different steps. And I found out this had some really good reviews on it, and I wanted to look into it, especially because a lot of my clients that I work with are dealing with some narcissism in their life, and whether it's a husband or a wife, or it's a boss, or it's a friend, they're dealing with narcissism and they don't know that perhaps that they're victims of it yet. They're still kind of like, I don't know why I feel this. And then it slowly equates to you're being attacked by a narcissist and you don't even know it. It's almost like being awoken from some type of like spell. And it actually, when I started reading this book, it talks about how it's kind of like being under a spell and then kind of just waking up. In fact, it says first things first. And I think I want to kind of talk about this first. This is really important for you guys to know this, is a lot of people say, well, if I have a narcissist in my life, I can just sort of just walk away and just kind of not deal with it anymore. But it says here, watch, you can walk away from a partner or distance yourself from a certain family member or choose a new set of friends or quit a job. But in time, you'll end up in the arms of another narcissist or eventually back under the control of the same narcissist. To make lasting changes, you will need a strategy. And so I wanted to read this because I want to provide a strategy to my clients when I'm doing this work. What healing can you do? What can you do in the conscious mind? What could you do in the subconscious mind? Program both and be ready to have a strategy, an exit strategy. And one of the things is, the first thing that I read here, and I kind of want to give a preface out here, because a lot of people, as soon as they start hearing the word narcissist, they start thinking of, you know, that person's evil. This is an evil person, you know, you're evil. And what I want to say here is that it says that narcissism itself is the enemy. It's not that people are evil. It says here, although extremely difficult in some cases, hatred for the narcissist keeps us stuck and leads us to surrendering our personal power. We must remember that beneath the behaviors and beliefs, we are all human beings. It is specifically this humanity in us, which is the gateway to a life of strength and peace, which separates us from the perils of narcissism. So it's almost like if we hate on them, we're slowly becoming a narcissist ourselves. So it's very important not to hate. We can hate this person who acts like a narcissist, or you know, we basically view narcissism for what it is, but we don't think a person's evil. They're still human deep down inside. And it talks kind of here about like who tends to become a narcissist. There seems to be some abuse from childhood, or they grew up with a narcissist mother, or there's certain things here that cause them to be who they are. For example, it says this archetype applies to the father or mother who fills their own needs by objectifying their children and keeping them both subjugated and trapped in a psychological cage. It applies to the friend who loves having weaker people around so they can ridicule them and feel powerful around them, as well as feed them off a narcissistic supply. It relates to the lover who objectifies and keeps a partner trapped in an agonizing emotional storm. So it talks about kind of like these are mainly we're focusing on the narcissist archetype, and it's very important to kind of stay there. And also they use the words as a regime. You know, a structure with strict rules aimed at objectifying and subjugating others for narcissistic supply. So it's very interesting, but again, warning is that person is still a human being and they have narcissistic tendencies and things like that. But here's the thing, I want to talk to you today real quick about the ideal target. So we're looking at the ideal target. It's on page 22, and guess who the target is. Some people could have unwittingly fallen into a narcissistic regime from a young age, or they could be an emotionally sensitive person. Here we go. Empaths, as they are referred to, are intuitive. And so if this is you, you could be an empath and you don't even know it, and you're the ideal target for narcissists. Number one, you're intuitive and you possess high emotional intelligence. Number two, experience emotions with a very high intensity, which often debilitates and severely stunts the ability for rational thought. Number three, can sense and are very attuned to the emotions of others, even going as far as to take on these emotions, which can quickly drain the empath's energy if they're not careful. They're also good listeners and can sacrifice their attention for long periods of time. Have a very strong craving to connect with others emotionally, which is often stronger than reason and common sense. Have more difficulty than others in keeping up with daily life, are more prone to seeking out higher power for guidance and support. Also can be easily influenced by others. It says here, the emotional world of an empath is very rich. They are artists, they're dreamers. They inspire others with energy and zest for life. They are healers, usually very creative, very spiritual. They can brighten up a person's day just by being themselves. Yet, this richness comes with a cost. And so I want to tell you guys that the empaths are perfect targets, as labeled here. Their inner beauty, weak boundaries, compromised internal strength, and strong need for connection make them a gold mine of narcissistic supply. And so I wanted to kind of give you guys, so what can we do about this, right? Obviously, if you're not reading this book, it's a really good book. I'm on page 25 now, and I made some notes for you guys. The first thing is, what can you do as an energy healer? Now, if you have a body code practitioner, emotion code practitioner, one of the things that you may want to release that will help you out as an empath is the heart wall. Now, I want to also make sure that you have a shield as well. In the body code, you can receive a shield. If you don't have one and you're an empath and you're listening to my voice right now, this is how you give yourself one. So you guys know how to do it here. You want to say these words. You want to say, I'm now placing a shield around myself, which will block all negative energies from reaching myself. It will allow love and positive energies in. It is permanent and it covers me completely. So those are the words you want to say. And then once you do that, maybe someone in the comment section can write down all the instructions on how to do it. But go ahead and swipe your head, and then you basically have a shield now. This will protect you from negative energies from the narcissist and allow only love and positive energies in. But one of the things you want to do as an empath is you want to clear your heart wall. Why do you want to do that? Because heart wall actually desensitizes you. So the people that stay in relationships for a longer period of time than they should, typically is because they feel numb, and that becomes the heart wall. So the more some of you empaths are like, no, I don't want to become more sensitive, but you do. You want to block the negative energies, but still be sensitive to love and positive energies in. So it's kind of like being selectively sensitive. But with the heart wall, for example, if someone is hating on you and being mean to you, whatever, your heart will not tolerate it. In fact, I've had clients that their heart, you literally can't be in the same room as someone else once you start clearing your wall. What will that do? It'll probably let you know that you're probably in a narcissistic relationship. Also, if someone is giving you lip service and you technically are not desensitized anymore, well then guess what? You're gonna see a lot of lip service, but then you're gonna feel no love. You see, so it's very, very crucial to kind of have your heart wall cleared. Make sure you really know what's happening around you. Your heart won't tolerate a narcissist if you haven't completely cleared from the heart wall. Also, you may want to ask yourself, do I have any imbalances, muscle tested, that are attracting a narcissistic type into my life? And you may have some things. Might have been programmed by the image of your mother, an image of your father. There might be different things that sort of like, I want someone's like my mother, but then she was a narcissist. Or I want someone like my father, but he was a narcissist. So you have these images or memory fields or different energies in the body code that are attracting this type of person to you. The third thing is you kind of want to strengthen this. You want to strengthen this, the solar plexus chakra, and you also want to do the throat chakra. So if you're familiar with chakras, the throat chakra is so that you can speak your truth. Solar plexus chakra is more like self-confidence, not having fear of introversion, like looking into yourself. And you want to work on those. You can ask your body code practitioner, hey, can you please work on my throat chakra, make sure it's happy. Also my solar plexus chakra. If you have those two open, guess what? Sometimes you might have your heart wall cleared, but you don't have the courage to tell the narcissist, hey, you're bothering me, go away, or setting boundaries, that comes from being able to speak your truth and having self-confidence. So if you have the throat chakra and the sacral chakra working together, then that'll definitely help you out. So hopefully these tips can help you in the journey that we're going to take with this book. Anything that kind of comes to my mind while I'm reading it, I'll definitely let you guys know. And I'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to keep reading, and we'll keep looking at the next pages, and then I'll be taking some notes. And then if you know anybody who's dealing with a narcissistic relationship, maybe you want to tell them, get this book called How to Kill a Narcissist by J.H. Simon, and then read with me. And they can read with me, and then any notes that I find that might be beneficial to you as a healer,